Portugal in the last 16, of course, of the World Cup after beating Uruguay in an impressive encounter, 2-0 in the end. Who's going to join them? We're going to take a look at that and more next. That's right, folks. Bounce again with another review video. Take a look back at, of course, the match day number 2 action in Group H. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button back. All things Group H related, Portugal related, World Cup related. We're all here, boys. Under one roof. Portugal, home and host, 2 wins out of 2. Cannot be caught. But, of course, the small matter of group winners still need to be decided, of course. In fact, have they actually won group winners? We'll have a look at it in a second, of course. People chat about VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. You know who you are. But anyway, let's get cracking, of course, to take a little look at what the state of play is over in Group H. Here we go. Of course, it all kicked off. In fact, no, they can't, because Ghana can technically win the group here. 3-2 win for Ghana over South Korea. What another cracker we had here. It was a day full of crackers yesterday, with Ghana winning 3-2 in the end. Salisu opened up the score in the 24th minute before Mohamed Kundus gave them a 2-0 lead. Second half was all different, though. Cho Gu Sung with a couple of goals there for South Korea. Quick fire goals as well. 3 minutes between them to give themselves right back on track before Mohamed Kundus got himself a second goal, and Ghana's third. 3-2 in the end. And as you can see, Korea did throw the kitchen sink at them. 22 shots compared to Ghana's 7. 63% possession compared to 37% possession for Ghana. But they just made their chances count. That's what it was. The sucker punch blow in the end. 12 corners as well to Ghana's 5. Again, the set pieces, the crosses. They had a bazillion crosses, did South Korea, but they just couldn't add to the 2-goal tally. Let's take a look at the lineups then, shall we? Of course, we had Kim Sung-gu between the sticks, Kim Young-gwan at the back there, Kim Min-jae, Kim Jin-soo at left back, Kim Moon-hwan at right back, Jung Woo-young in midfield, Han Wang-hin-bum, Jung Woo-young, Son Heung-min, Kwon Chang-hoon, and Chu Gung-sung, everyone's favourites, of course, in that Korean 11. What about, of course, the substitutions? We did see Kwon Kim-won coming on there, of course, Lee Kang-gin, Na Sang-ho, and Hwang Ujou coming on, but no joy, really. I'll take a look at the Ghanans, of course. Anti-Ziggy between the sticks these days. Salisu at the back. Amate, Mensah, Tariq Lamptey, Thomas Partey, Abdul Samid in midfield. Ayew with his brother Jordan. Of course, Mohamed Kundus, who's been one of the stars of the tournament. I'm going to give that to you now, of course. Aniki Williams. I didn't really hear too much of Kudus before this. He's 22 years of age. He's been one of my stars of the tournament. In both games, of course, now heading into the third game up against Uruguay, and we'll elaborate on that in a little bit. Take a look at, of course, the substitutions. We saw Duchku coming on there. We saw Baba Rayman coming on, of course, on the books of Reading these days. Kofi Kea, Sulemana as well. Let's take a look at, of course, the match ratings. Chu Gu Sung with an 8.4. He got the man of the match. They got the match ball, really, when they were on the match ball, but of course the gong. But unfortunately, was on the losing side. The best player for Ghana was Mohamed Kundus with a 6.1. And like I said, one of the players of the tournament so far. As you can see from the heat maps, Korea bossing the right hand side and a bit of the left, and of course trying to penetrate that final third and bossed it convincingly. But look at Ghana. They took their chances and they got the 3 points. That's of course the sucker punch. They are the youngest team at this World Cup, so we've got to give them credit for that. But anyway, let's take a look, listen from the Ghanaian fans as they celebrate this big victory and of course keep their hopes alive for the last.
Hello everybody, and this is my post-match reaction from the Ghana versus South Korea game, and it ended 3-2. 2 goals from Kudus and another one from Mohamed Salisu, the Southampton guy. It was a very interesting match. The stakes were high because of our first game against Portugal. We were very hopeful of defeating the Koreans because they didn't look very good against Uruguay. And yeah, we took the first half. We took charge, won by 2-0. Then came back. The Koreans came back 2-2, and then a few minutes later, Kudus got a winning goal, and the whole country is buzzing now. We were excited by the lineup the coach gave. A few people were quite agitated when they saw Jordan Ayew in the side because most times in big matches he lets Ghana down. But funny enough, the first 2 goals were created by him and we took the lead. And now I think we are very much excited. That shows the spirit and the happiness in the team as well. And also, people are quite skeptical concerning the coach selection, but I think after this game after the win, everybody has forgotten about what happened in the game. And Inaki Williams was quite a disappointment. The DIU also didn't perform to his level as well. And now we are counting on the last match against Uruguay to qualify. And we're also hoping Portugal and Uruguay get an average result, like a draw, be ideal for both of us, so that we can beat the Uruguayans and go through. We actually want to beat them. We don't want to draw. We don't need a point. No, we want to beat them and send them back home to Uruguay, send them back to South America, because of what they did to us in 2010. And we see their team is not as good as it used to be, and Suarez isn't the same player. But we want to make him cry as well. Yeah. So this is my post-match reaction, and yeah, go Ghana. It was a beautiful win.
Kev's second review of Ghana and South Korea. Firstly, I just have to say, what a match. I've just about calmed down from the euphoria of, that topsy-turvy game. But one thing I have to ask is, Ghana, why do you do this to me? No match is easy with us. Every match is a roller coaster, and this one was no different. I mean, first half, to be honest, South Korea started really well. They were just bombarding our boxes with crosses, and none of them were doing anything. So I thought, okay, now we've kind of got this. And then we go and score 2 goals from crosses as well, actually, which was quite ironic. Brilliant goal. First from Salisu. So he made up for the penalty he gave away. So go on, Salisu. And then the second one was a lovely header from Kudus. Jordan Ayew made up for giving the ball away in that first match. So go on, Jordan. And Mohamed Kudus, the guy that I shouted about before, really came to the fore in this game. So 2-0 first half. And we were thinking, how much can we get? And then South Korea ironically score from 2 crosses. And to be brutally honest, that second goal was mad though. I have to be, I was so pissed, but the way that guy just flew, got the header, I have to big him up. And he scored 2 goals, and I think he was a sub, the Korea guy that got 2 goals. So, big up to him. Definitely made it a game. And then, from there, I can't lie, I was nervous. But our boy again, Mohamed Kudus, got in another goal. And we had to defend for our lives. It reverted back to how it was at the start of the first half, when they're just flinging cross after cross after cross, and we were just defending like absolute heroes. So, big up to the Black Stars. I've got my Black Star here. Looking forward to that. Now we've set things up perfectly for the grudge game against Uruguay. So I am so looking forward to that. I mean, I do feel a bit for South Korea. If I wasn't having my Ghana hat and kit on, I would have said they deserve a draw, but on to the next one. Come on, Ghana. Come on, you Black Stars.
Was all, of course, Portugal, of course, against Uruguay in Group H. Bruno Fernandes with a double, allegedly. Now, Cristiano Ronaldo's kind of claimed the first goal, and that he got a bit of his hair gel on that one. Of course, a looping cross there, Bruno Fernandes. But, of course, Ronaldo was there. Looked like he tried to get something on it. It will go to the dubious goals panel to decide. But at the end, it doesn't really matter. 3 points in the bag, and Portugal are in their last 16. The final goal coming from the penalty spot, Bruno Fernandes as well, converting. 60% possession for Portugal, 40% possession for Uruguay. 15 shots for Portuguese, 11 shots for Uruguay, 6 of them off target apiece. Of course, Portugal had 6 corners compared to Uruguay's 2, and this is left Uruguay in a bit of a pickle, really. Just 1 point from a possible 6, and really they need to beat Ghana to give themselves any hope, and hope that Portugal will do a favour against South Korea to get them through to the last 16. I don't know, to be honest, but I really don't know. I thought Ghana would be good, and they have got a score to settle, and we'll elaborate on that in a little bit. Let's take a look then, shall we? Of course, at 11 that started this game, Diego Costa, of course, still remaining the number 1 keeper. Pepe, 39 years of age. Ruben Diaz alongside Nuno Mendes. João Cancelo, of course. Now Pepe, 39, keeping a clean sheet against the likes of Nunes, Cavani, Suarez. Shows that the guy's got, man, not substituted as well. So kudos to the veteran there. Of course, Ruben Neves, Carvalho, Bernardo Silva, João Felix, Bruno Fernandes, and Cristiano Ronaldo up top, of course. How about the subs? The subs coming on. Rafael Guerrero, João Palhinha, Matheus Nunes, Rafael Leao, and Gonçalo Ramos of course, added to a bit of freedom, really. As for Uruguay, I've got a check between the sticks. Jimenez, Godin, of course, Cotes, Bentancur, Valverde, Valeria, Oliveira, Vecino, Nunes, and Cavani were the starters. And all four of them attacking players here all pulled off in the second half. Of course, they couldn't break down the deadlock, of course. And then we did see like Matias Vina, Giagon de Aresta, Pelestrini on the books of Manchester United, of course, Suarez and Gomez. Up to, unfortunately, could not break him down. Let's take a look at the man of match ratings, then going in favour of Bruno Fernandes with an 8.8. Also, you can give a good shout out to João Cancelo at the back there. As for Uruguay, the man of the match there, looking like it's going to be Bentancur or Cavani. A couple of nice little runs from Bentancur. And he had a brilliant run, amazing little run in the first half. I think it was, and then he blitzed all the way through to the keeper. And fortunately for Diego Costa at Portugal, he got his testicle on there to stop the ball from going in the back of the net. So kudos to him at the back, but unfortunately Uruguay is staring on the brink of elimination. As you can see, the heat maps here. Portugal keeping a lot of possession in that defensive third, with Uruguay spreading the ball around a bit as they try to break down a very resolute and of course organised Portuguese defence. But of course, there here is the timeline of the events, all the drama again. Actually, a lot of drama in the first half, a lot of yellow cards knocking about, but the goals separated by a good chunk of time, and unfortunately Uruguay could not break down the deadlock. Well, what about, of course, thoughts and wisdoms then, of course, by the fans? I tried to check in with Portugal fan, but no joy, but definitely got some words of wisdom from Uruguay. So here he is with his thoughts post-game, and of course, maybe the hopes and dreams of Uruguay, are they over, or is there still some fight left in the tank?
All right, another disappointment, this time as a loss and still scoreless. Not the best World Cup to have had so far, and now we just got to give it one last shot against the strong Ghana team and hope that our compatriots in Portugal beat South Korea. So yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to come down to the starters, and I hope that Alonso plays the correct starters and puts on an offensive mindset, and we do a really good job. We have to. There's no other option. So let's get on for that. No more excuses, and let's get it.
Meanwhile, let's take a look at the state of play over in Group H. As you can see, Portugal lead the charge with 6 points out of possible 6. They are, of course, through to knockout stages. Who will join them? Ghana against Uruguay. A draw for them, I think, will be enough. The goal difference will be fine. South Korea will have to beat Portugal. None the same. So a draw or more for Ghana. They go through. As for, of course, South Korea, they need to beat Portugal, who could rotate the squad, and hope that Ghana lose to Uruguay. So Uruguay got a lot to do. First and foremost, they've got to beat Ghana to get above them, and hope Portugal beats South Korea. But of course, Portugal will be through. They're pretty much there, and I think their goal difference is going to be enough to keep them as group winners as well. But of course, there is the mathematical chance that Ghana could do it. They'd have to beat Uruguay first, and then hope South Korea beat Portugal by a couple of goals or so to make them make group winners. But unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. But let's say it's 3 teams for one spot. It's going to be quite feisty in the end. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about that. Of course, the state to play in Group H. Do you agree that it's going to be Ghana or South Korea or Uruguay to go through alongside Portugal in this last 16? Let me know down below. Of course, let me know your thoughts and opinions, of course, on the World Cup so far. Until then, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell. We go again, guys, all the way to the final.